So let's see what is the question 2 here. Question 2, given below is an experimental setup to demonstrate a particular trophic movement in germinating seeds. Study the diagram and answer the questions that follow. So let's study the diagram. There are bricks, there are germinating seeds, and there are two parts which are arising from the seed. One part is labeled as 1, the other part is labeled as 2. Okay, and there is moist sawdust, germinating seeds, perforated trough. Okay? Perforated means there are holes so that through which roots can come out. So we have to know what are these parts labeled 1 and 2. And let's see what are the questions asked on this. The questions are labeled. Label the parts 1 and 2. Name the trophic movement shown by part 1. Part 1 is affected by two stimuli. Name them. Which one of these of the two is stronger? What is thigmotropism? Give one example. What is meant by positive and negative movement, trophic movements in plants? Okay, so let's see the answers here. Part 1 is radical. Okay, radical is the part through which roots will arise. R for radical, R for root. Plumule is part 2. Plumule is for shoots. Okay. The trophic movement shown by part 1, that is radical. Radical will go in search of water. That's why it is called as hydrotropism. The factors that affect part 1 stimuli, the two stimuli are gravity, water, and moisture. Okay. Out of this, water is stronger. Now, what is thigmotropism? Give one example. Movement of plant in response to touch or stimulus. Okay, in touch or stimulus. Example, pea, vines, cuscuta, cucumber. Okay, they will send their climbers there. Then, what is meant by negative and positive trophic movement? Positive is movement towards the stimulus, and negative is movements against or away from the stimulus. Example, positive geotropism will be towards the earth. Negative geotropism is away from the earth. Okay, so this is question 2. Let's see next the question 3. Mention the exact location of testis, incus, thylakoids, amniotic fluid, and corpus callosum. Okay, the answer is testis is inside the scrotal sac. Incus is in middle ear or between the malleus and stapes. Better to write between malleus and stapes. Thylakoids in chloroplast. Amniotic fluid between amnion and fetus or surrounds the fetus. Corpus callosum between the cerebral hemisphere. Now these words inside, between, in, between are very important. Okay. If it is below or above that you have to mention. Okay. Inside. Just don't write scrotal sac. If you write scrotal sac, half mark is gone. Half mark is for scrotal sac and half mark is to show where. Inside. In chloroplast. In will carry half mark. Chloroplast will carry half mark. Okay. The question 3, the diagram given below represents an experiment. Prove the importance of a factor in photosynthesis. Answer the question that follows. Okay. Name the factor being studied in the experiment. What will you observe after the experimental leaf in starch test? Explain the process photosynthesis. Give a balanced chemical equation to represent the process and draw a neat label diagram of experimental setup to show that oxygen is released during photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the answer key where the first factor being studied is sunlight. What will you observe in experimental leaf after the starch test? Okay, the part which is covered is devoid of sunlight. Okay, the part which is covered is not getting sunlight by because that black paper is not giving sunlight. So there will be no starch produced, whereas the exposed part will produce starch. So wherever there is absence of starch, there will be no color change. If there is a presence of starch, there will be color change to blue-black. This blue-black brown color is very important. Don't write yellow, other color. Okay. Then photosynthesis is the process by which plant cells having chlorophyll use water and carbon dioxide to produce glucose in the presence of sunlight, and also is use out oxygen. Okay, so this will carry 1.5 mark. The first question, 1/2 mark, then there was 1 mark, then 1.5 mark. Then this reaction you have to write 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives you C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2, and sunlight and chlorophyll. This part carried half marks, this part carried half marks, and this part carried half marks. That is reactant, catalyst, and products. Half, half, half. Then draw need level diagram to show the process. Okay, this is the process where hydrilla plant is carrying half mark, then water bubbles, and this was carrying 1.5 mark. Okay, so one point to note here: this funnel, most of the students had drawn this funnel out of the water. Okay, this was extended up. It should not come up. It should be inside the water. If it comes up, then it is wrong.